Hey everybody, welcome to Monday night stream, 9 p.m. as always. Working on another comic strip for Legend of Bill, so welcome to the chat. Hey everybody, come in, hang out, and please stop me and ask questions. I will be glad to answer them. Make sure everybody's going here. YouTube, Twitch, watch me work, going. Hey, music tonight is on SoundCloud, courtesy of Glitch X City. So check it out. Oh, stream doggies. Hey puppies. Hey puppies. So I'm working a little ahead tonight. I got a little sketch that I did today on some paper. So hopefully that'll help out. Alright, Rusty, you're jingling. You're jingling too much, buddy. I need to tighten this up a little bit though. Some of the stuff I could go ahead and ink, but I need to warm up a little bit, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and tighten this up just a little bit. Just a smidge. So for those of you that follow me and know the characters, you're gonna see this is a little bit interesting because we've got Frank in sort of an odd pose this time. Obviously Frank is Bill's dragon, but I don't think we've ever actually shown him on like all fours, so we're gonna check it out. But I need to work on this line of action a little bit because it's a little much. And I'm not sure that Frank's tail would be that thick, but we can figure it out. Somebody's blowing up my phone. Excuse me just a second, guys. All right. See what we got. So if you remember from the last Bill strip, what was going on was Bill got owned by our villain. So he got zapped, got blasted, so he went flying through the panel that way. So we're doing obviously a crash in the first panel, and then Frank is running after his friend because Frank is that kind of guy. I'm gonna get a little thicker point on the pencil here just to so tool-wise, I'm trying out more of Kyle's brushes tonight in Photoshop. Hey, timid kitten, welcome to the stream. Hope your Monday is going well. This is sort of an odd design for Frank as well, because we normally don't see him from this angle. But we're doing it, people. Doing good, timid kitten, doing good. Just doing our normal stream thing. I gotta figure out how Frank's mouth is gonna work here, because normally it's handled a little more cartoony. I gotta think here, because normally he kind of does like this kind of thing, very, very kind of cartoony. So I guess if we straighten that out, I mean, you can still do the same sort of thing. Wow, I think my light's flashing back there. Watch the stream, see if I can pick it up. Might have been too quick. Nope, there it went. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, there it went again. It's all for you guys. It's my lighting effects. Spare no expense. It's gonna be awesome when that bulb goes out. We're gonna ride the lightning until it does. I need to figure out why sometimes. So Kyle Webster's brush pack. Occasionally, if you'll notice, let me show you guys this. So I'm working pretty small here, and maybe it's a zoom thing. Maybe if I get in tighter. Now, okay, you see how it's not making a mark, and then when I stop, it's still not making a mark, but I'm gonna lift off and I get a mark. And I assume it's just doing calculations. I mean, it's like it's looking for a radius before it actually kicks in. I don't know, it's weird. The problem with that is that I like to I guess I need to be more bold. Let's try some different stuff here and see what's up. Pencil, soft tube. It could be scale too. It could be the size of my I don't know, we'll try it out. But I'm pretty happy with that mouth. I'm wondering, I feel like we need to get that Frank's sort of like signature piece to his head, but I'm thinking before I had it connected up here, I'm thinking maybe we do it like that though. That way it sort of ties in. That way we can tie it in across this line right here. I'm tightening these pencils up way too much, guys. And I just lost something right there in the translation here. Also, let me drop the arm of my chair so that I'm not using it as a crutch. There we go. I don't know. I'm gonna look at that when I get to the inks and see how I feel about that. Not sold, but that's all right. Let's get through this stuff. Yeah, I'm definitely not digging that. That's not bad. That feels a little more connected, I feel like. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, oh, I've been doing this on the ink layer the whole time. Well, that's alright. Okay, let's get rid of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag this down. I'll just name that something something there. All right. What I'm gonna do is drop the opacity. Respect my opacity. Frank's feet really don't go into the all four position, like, you know, by design, but we're gonna do it anyway. I just thought it'd be a cool idea to have this character, you know, who you're sort of used to seeing, you know, a certain way. Like that's pretty much his foot, right? So you could see it could do a dog leg, right? The three toes. So that's what we're doing. Welcome, Toll Dog. Let's see, what you got for me, Timmy Kitten? So, question from Twitch, Timmy Kitten, do you have any opinion on watchers, fans that give likes, favorites to most of your content compared to those that are more selective about giving likes and favorites? Not at all. If I understand your question, Timmy Kitten, I think that if anybody wants to take the time to hang out with me while I'm drawing and chat and ask questions and stuff like that, then that's awesome. I appreciate it all, even if they don't like it. You know, I've got a pretty thick skin. I've been yelled at by different directors and producers all through Hollywood and everything else. So I'm okay with people not liking my art. And I don't have a strong opinion about them either way. I mean, I appreciate anybody that takes the time to come hang out, and their opinion is theirs, you know. I just like what I do, and I'm on a constant. I mean, I'm constantly learning, you know, constantly learning. And I don't think you ever stop learning, especially when it comes to art. If you feel like you don't have anything to learn and you're an artist, then I think you're mistaken, because I don't think you ever really learn everything you need to learn as an artist, ever. I think you leave this world not knowing everything, you know? Oh, and there are so many artists out there that I respect and love, and seeing their work. Plus, you know, I'm not really like, I guess I'm not really doing this for likes and favorites. I mean, that would be nice, you know? Like, sure, who wouldn't love that? Like, I think that'd be cool. But when it comes to art, when it comes to cartooning, when it comes to animation, I'm gonna do this whether I'm on Twitch or not, you know, whether anybody's hanging out with me or not. I'm gonna be doing this. So if I have the means to hang out in social media spheres and do it at the same time, why not, right? Oh, you meant giving likes or favorites to content posted, things like Facebook. No, that's okay too. I think, you know, for me, each social media sort of sphere is a little bit different too. Like, there's different crowds on Twitch and Instagram and Facebook and everything else. I've been pretty blessed on Instagram to have a lot of people like my stuff, so that's cool. Like, that feels good, totally. But a lot of the times I'm kind of like, oh, you liked it, thanks. I'm glad you liked it. I still have that thing like most artists though. Like when I see my work, when I see it like online, even the strips that I draw, I just see the problems. Like I see I see stuff that I want to change all the time. I think a lot of artists are like that for sure. So this is interesting because Frank actually does have a thumb. It'll be on the inside, but yeah, we'll just see if kind of go pawish with him in all fours mode. Now we'll kind of get a shoulder blade in there. Not that I've ever been a stickler for cartoon anatomy, but you know. Arm maybe a little thin. Again, I'm tightening these things up way too much, but it's a good little warm up for me. So yeah, of course, Timmy Kitten. I'm always glad to. I'll chat about anything. No doubt. And hey, everybody on YouTube, welcome, welcome. Tall Dog, you know I never get likes in real life. I mean, sometimes, but it all depends. Most of the time when I go to conventions and stuff and I have my table, people stop by and are like, what's this? What's this about? I also tend to, like when I do convention tables and stuff, I also tend to get a lot of kids. I get a lot of kids like dragging their parents by the arm over to the table. Because I think the artwork sort of resonates with them a little bit on like a sort of Saturday morning cartoon level. And I think that adds, I think it's just a little bit of something different, especially at a convention, because you see a lot of comic content, you know, and so there's a certain age group of kids that kind of sees my Disney-esque art style and is like, "Woo, what's this? What's this?" There's color on most of this. Alright, now this will be the weird one. Well, maybe not. I mean, kind of do the thumb like that. But I don't like the fact that it feels thicker than the other way. Hey, how do y'all like the new channel decorations? Let me know. I got some animation up there now, so I finished that kitty animation that I was working on, and that's up. And I finally finished the Running Man animation I was working on. That doesn't feel action-packed enough. Yeah, it is, you know. A lot of people, though, it's weird. People who don't go to a lot of conventions, though, kind of walk around in that daze, that, like, con daze, because it's just so much stimulus, so much visual stimulus. Cut some of these toes off. I didn't pull out my Muybridge book, so I'm hoping that I'm not far off on the pose here. I'm just taking some time on this one because this is the first time we've ever drawn Frank like this. So and I'm gonna put some effects here. Kind of get some. Let me get rid of these legs. Yeah, you know, the other thing, honestly, this is the selfish part about cons, Toll Dog, is that I really enjoy the drawing aspect of cons, where I get to, like, you know, go and sit for a while and just draw because I've got to man the table, I've got to man the booth, and if people come by, I mean, that's awesome, but it's also just nice to be able to just sit and draw for fun, you know. I mean, even when I'm doing comic strips, there's always a purpose, you know, but there it's just kind of like I get this time to just draw, which is cool. That's right. Yeah, it is kind of like forced you time, forced me time. Oops, you know what? We gotta work out Frank's. So there's the original and the tie down. This last panel, I think I'll probably just tie Frank down, but then we'll start inking. Oh, me and Frank always fight over these antenna, his ears, essentially. Let me rearrange some stuff here. All right. So we'll have these plants flying by. Frank's running. I think one thing I want to do, though, merge down. I think I want to try and get a little more of a look of shock on his face. Do another layer here. Layers, layers, layers. By far on Frank, the hardest thing to draw on Frank is his ears / antenna. And occasionally I do change direction with him, and I think I'm going to do that this time. Just to get There's such a shuttle. There's such a subtle shape change on these. I've been trying to, been drawing them for years, and I still, sometimes you hit it, sometimes you don't. I'm okay kind of shortening those to keep the negative space around it. I'm pretty okay with that. Let's merge this down. Yeah, put it on the put it on the big screen. Let him get it. I just love the shape language of Frank. I've varied his design slightly from how he was originally conceived, but he's largely the same sort of repetition of shapes, but they're just complicated enough to be interesting, like super interesting. Got a little overzealous on that one. See, it's got to have that sort of like. I like for his ears to have that sort of. This may or may not make sense, but that sort of Leonardo katana look, you know, where you get like the. But it subtly tapers there, but you get like a nice blade at the end. But yeah, it's tougher to keep consistent than you think. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and I'll just tighten up Bill a little bit. Just a little bit. Just want to kind of break that edge. And then ponytail in. His necklace. We hardly ever see Bill's hair, so this is kind of a fun. It's kind of a fun pose, considering that he just got knocked out almost. I was gonna do something funny with his mouth, because I always love that mouth pose, but I think it'd be better served doing something else. Yeah, look at that ear. What anatomy. Who needs anatomy? DWA smile. The DWA eyebrow, the DreamWorks eyebrow. Now he needs to be. It's so funny seeing him with his helmet up. That shape right there. I was talking about shape language earlier. His shape language is pretty distinct too. Excuse me. I'm just trying to decide on a good expression here, like a... What happened? He's erasing everything! It's one thing about me, I am not afraid to erase and I am not afraid to undo. If it's not working for me, I'll undo it. Just go back and do it right. Or well, who says if it's right or wrong, but if it's the way you want it. gonna look so weird with this hat off. I guess I could go. Yeah, we can clean that up. Tree. I may come back and do some sort of like broken. I could do that. Here, let's lower this opacity just a little bit and do some riffing in here. I don't know if we'll read, but like do like splinters. Don't know if it'll read that he broke it though. Probably best to keep it simple. Alright, let's save. What is this link you're throwing around, Toll Dog? Let's see what this is. Oh. Well, it's a similar mouth. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar. The mouth I did right now is sort of, it's a little bit Rick and Morty-esque, actually. See how you guys on YouTube. How is it going? But I see what you mean. Yeah, it's pretty similar. That one's a little more like a little behind. I'm talking about like it's like a 3. Ooh. Alright, let's hit some ink. Let's get some ink. As you guys can see, I'm using all of Kyle's stuff. All of his stuff. We feeling saucy? Should we try something different tonight? Clean comic copier wrap. What is that? Interesting. See, I just got to go with the Pro Comics though, man. Pro Comics Inker 1 is like it's my jam. It's my jam. So I am working tonight at 600 DPI, which means giant inking. Almost more than the screen can bear. In fact, I may have to tear off another window. For some of this, excuse me again, when we get to it. Alright, Tell Dog, that's your one pun for the night. I should write a script for Open Broadcaster that keeps track of puns. Sure thing, Timid Kitten. Take your time. We will be right here. Doing our thing. Maybe getting a little too close to that edge right there. For right now, it's okay though. He had a brush in here. I think it's in the concept brushes that is like it's like an explosion. I'll have to find it. I don't think that's, nope, that's not it. Start at the top and look down. I know it's in here somewhere. I think it's in the concept brushes. Orient your big, small plate glass. That's cool. I may actually use this one. Well, I was kind of hoping it would do a little more. Ooh, that's cool. Nope, nope, nope. Clouds, clouds, clouds. Cork bubbles. Oh, that's cool. Nope. Crumble tilt skin. Love it. But no. At least you guys are getting a tour of Kyle's brush pack. Dragon scales. Ooh, exploded, maybe? I mean, we could use that. That's interesting. That may happen. Oops. Let's see if we can get the line one that I'm talking about first. I know it's in here. I know it. Maybe it's manga line tilt. Nope. Oh wait, I think we got it. That's what I'm looking for, except I want my circle to be bigger. Got it. That's awesome. Very cool. Oh, that's neat. Alright, anyway, manga line tilt. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. That's not, that one's not working. This is it, though. sky. I'm kind of digging that. Alright, I'm going to add another layer though. There's a subtlety to getting it to the exact spot that you want it and stopping. Like that. Cool. Alright, so that will work out because I'm going to have color in front of that effect that I actually drew on the ink mono layer, which we'll grab here. Like so. I'm going to save that. That's a cool brush. Dig it. Okay, so we'll come back. Down. Okay. Alright, so we'll get some of this fixed up once we get back. Let's get back to our Pro Comics Inker 1. Pro Comics Inker 1, why aren't you at your post? I like inking at 600 dpi, although it does not give me a ton of room on the screen. But that is okay. Now that I'm looking at it, this bottom draw may be a little thick, but I feel like I'm gonna go with it anyway. Save early, save often. All right. I just did something really terrible. I did not pull my stroke on that. I was just talking to somebody at work about this today. So I'm gonna be a good boy. I'm gonna be a good artist and pull my strokes down. I need I feel like all the comic readers are going to be like, what'd you do to Frank? Why? But you know what? That's okay. Sometimes the readers get upset with the way, or a decision I make, or the way I do things, but you know, your first instinct would be like, yeah, don't tell me I'm the artist. Bah, not me. I try to be just thankful that I have people passionate enough about what I'm doing to get mad about it. I'm like, wow, they got mad about it. That's awesome. I should do. That's cool. Let's see. See, again, be a good artist. I'll pull from this way. Ugh. Line it up. Pull straight down. Yeah, I'm not doing so hot there, huh? Trying to practice what I preach. Trying to. Let's see. I think I like the idea of the back foot being slightly in front of this one. Tough angle. There are aspects of this I'm not happy with, but when you pull out, it seems to be okay-ish. I think I just want to get You know what? I'm gonna go to the eraser. Just a straight up eraser, and I'm gonna set this to pencil. Because the brush I'm using is in dissolve mode, that means that it's sort of mono, just black and white, you know, completely mono. So that'll make my ink line and my eraser line a little more similar than they are. Because I noticed when I was erasing, I was getting like anti-aliasing. Sorry I got quiet there, guys. I had my head in the zone for a minute just to get these feet figured out. I think I need to break it out just a little further because I feel like I want to make sure that those edges are pretty straight. At least we're getting. I'm kind of excited to see this character moving like this. I gotta say. Gots to say. All right. Then I go and do some mess like that. See if I can get this in a better place to do the circle. Woo! You know what I'm going to do? I should have been doing this all along. I'm going to break off another window. And hopefully this doesn't like kill my RAM or anything. And I want to drag it over to this other monitor. You guys won't be able to see it, but for me, you'll see me glancing over at it, and that's going to help me tremendously to be able to see what's going on. I really am enjoying inking at 600 DPI. For sure, but I got to be able to look over and kind of see the entire thing all together. Because I think I'm going to start losing things if I don't. Thicken that back up a little bit. A little bit. We'll go back through and clean this up with the eraser here very shortly. I don't do it on every stroke, but sometimes, actually I'm going to go ahead and switch to the eraser. Not always an advantage you have when you're inking with real materials, but if it's digital you can always overshoot and then just come back and clean it up. And a lot of times in cases like this, that can help out tremendously. Now if this were an actual tech pen, different story. But because of what it is, no big deal. I'm not 100% happy with that tangent right there, but I'm also willing to let it slide. Get this one too. All right. Easy now. There we go. All right, let's reset the view and see what we're talking about. Do. Ugh. Let's see what we got here. I don't think I like that as dust. Let's just do rock. Trying to keep these plants pointed a certain way. So that it looks like, kind of gives that indication that Frank is running the direction he's running. I need to make sure, though, that I am locking down a ground line here. Let's see. I feel like I could use some more spot blacks, but I know I've got color going into this, so I get caught up in rendering a lot. I want to render, I want to go in and put like all the spot blacks and do all the fine little work in there, but I always have to remember that the color is going in, and so that's going to do a lot of the shading for me. And I don't necessarily want to do it all with ink rendering. So I always put in some black areas, you know. I mean, I could probably come in and do, you know, some blacks in here. But I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna. Plus we'll have this giant speech balloon here. super interesting because it's huge. Man, 600 DPI poses its own challenges when it comes to doing some of this stuff. I also feel like my lines might not be thick enough at 600 DPI with the size of the brush. That's something to consider. Man, this thing is too big. You can see the camera when I draw this. You can see how much my arm is moving. It's taking up my whole monitor. And I feel like the line work is still pretty thin. It's 35. I wonder what we should do. I'm gonna set it to 60. Ooh, look at that slowdown. Did you see that? Hey, kitty cat. All right, Mr. Toll Dog, have a good night. Yeah, I'm just checking out the performance of a brush this big at 600 DPI. I feel like this may have to happen next time, just because, yeah, I feel like I'm getting a thicker line. Definitely feel like I'm getting a thicker line with the at 600 DPI with the bigger brush. Out of curiosity, if you ever wonder what size I work at, let's drop this to 300. Ooh, it's thinking. Yeah, that feels. Yeah, so that's what it is. Yeah, that 35. $35 is just not quite enough for 600 DPI. But that's alright. We're going to work with it right now, and then we'll go. Let's do this. Kitty cat, you're gonna have to stop attacking my leg. I've got drawing to do. In case you guys see me jump up in horror, it's because the cat is underneath me, having his way. It's the same cat you see on the far side of the screen over that way. Frank is concerned about his friend. Ooh. Hey, Draw Louie. Yeah, this is, I'm experimenting here at 600 DPI. I was in a discussion online with some other artists. They were swearing that 600 DPI is better, and the line quality and the inking looks better at 600 DPI, which is totally subjective. But normally I work at 300 DPI, and I find 300 DPI to be perfectly fine for everything that I've ever printed and done for cons and things like that. But I thought, you know what? Tonight we're trying 600. And it is nice being able to get this close, you know, because normally I'm inking at this size. So it's nice to be able to get this close in and get that detail, but if you were watching just a little bit earlier, you saw that when I switched to a 70, right now my brush is at 35, if I switched to a 70 to get a little bit thicker line quality, which is what I'm more used to, my computer started chugging. So I think it's going to be 300 DPI for this guy. Three hundred deeps. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was pretty laggy when I doubled the brush size, and I feel like I need to double the brush size to really get the line quality that I'm used to at 300. And so I think that's going to answer my question for the future. Either that, or until I get a machine nice enough to handle that kind of performance. I really like this brush too, this Pro Comics inker. From the Kyle T. Webster brushes. I may have to adjust some things though. See how thin, and I can get it pretty thin. Gotta have a really light hand though. This is Photoshop CC It is the most current version, so probably CC 2017, or it's just called CC now, I believe. Let's double check on that though, because I don't want to give you the wrong info. So let me get let's back up here just a second, and I'll give it a save. Photoshop CC. Yep, Adobe Photoshop CC. One of the things that's always scary is when you turn off your photo reference and your roughs. See, like this line quality in this second panel just went flat without that texture behind it. Yeah, of course, you're welcome. Without that thicker line quality, it just went bleh. So what that tells me is that it's going to rely heavily on the color to pop it a little bit more. Live and learn. Live and learn. That texture was misleading. It was saving it for me when I first started inking. It's almost like I could select every line in here and double it up, and it would be a little bit whoops. Be a little bit more what I'm looking for. Yeah, definitely thicken the lines of the dragon. I'm either gonna have to go back over it or just select them and do some Freddie Williams jazz to it to give that thicker outline. But hey, that's what it's about, is you try things, you experiment, see what works, what doesn't work. And you have fun while you do it. And that's what it's about. Just as an experiment, I'm going to do this again. I know I just did this a minute ago, but the good thing about this pen being in dissolve mode is that it makes your artwork disappear. Where'd you go? Let's get a new window again. There we go. Alright, same brush, same stiff. This is going to look pretty drastically different. Oh yeah, 300 DPI is definitely print quality. I mean, you know, when it comes to printing, the more DPI you can get, the better. But I would say overarchingly, go with what your hardware can support, and do the best work you can with what your hardware can support. and that will outweigh any of the DPI problems. This is going to be an interesting looking strip because normally I do not do the re-outlining. It's interesting too because you can see, I don't know if you guys can see in the stream or not, but you can notice on the ink line there's way more of that dissolve mode coming through on the brush than there was at 600 DPI, which makes sense. But I think if I go back to that second panel and go over Frank the Dragon, I think thickening up those lines, that'll help it. It's just so nice. I wanted to draw it twice. Yes. Yeah, so I'm at 100% right here, but you can see, let me switch to a bright red. Yeah, if you look right here, you can see that there's a little bit more jagged, a jagged edge right there, as opposed to like the eye, because we were drawing that at 600 DPI, and it gets finer. The dissolve mode though is amazing. Actually, let me go re-grab this brush just to make sure I get my settings back. Inkbox P, Pro Comics 1, go. Okay. Oops. Oh, come on. You can do this. There we go, that's better. Help it to pop with that color, you mean? Yes. Yeah, so let's go over him on this panel too. What I'm going to go ahead and do is drop out the texture. Oh man, it's just so flat, so flat. what I'm doing right here by going over this stuff is definitely not what I would call a good solution to this either. I would much rather have done this right from the start, but you know what? And I say right, like there's a right or wrong. There's not really. It's all preference. But I was zoomed in so far for so long that I feel like I didn't see, I wasn't coming back away from the artwork as much as I should have been. But anybody who has ever done artwork for any length of time knows that sometimes you have to go into fix mode. And you kind of step back and look at what you got and go, okay, this is or isn't working. How do we fix it? And there's absolutely, in my opinion, nothing wrong with being in fix mode. It is something that every artist has to deal with at some point or another. That goes for drawing, that goes for painting, it goes for animation. So this giant thick outline around the entire character is not really my style if you look at other art that I've done, but it's gonna be tonight. Checking the thumbnail is great. Absolutely. You're exactly right, Draw Louie. Even better is what I've done is I rip off a second window. I'll drag it over for just a second so you can kind of see. I get a second window and then I put it on my second monitor, if you have a second monitor. And that's the best. Oh, and the absolute best is to look at your drawing in a mirror or flip it horizontally. Wait, horizontally, vertically. Flip it that way. I'll do that in just a minute. If you flip it, you know what we'll do? I'll finish this. I'll flip it when we get back to the other panel with Bill, and you'll see what I mean. Flipping it is so telling. Frank's going, Bill, no. You know what though, hopefully this is a lot more interesting than just watching somebody do a perfect drawing right off the bat, because you get to see you get to see somebody go, well, crap, and then fix it, or try to fix it. And it's the kind of thing too, like you'll see some artists just, especially like when I was in art school, if something wasn't working, they'd be quick to just toss the paper, get it out of there. And I say, you know what? Don't do that just yet. Step back, look at what you got, see if you can salvage something, and try to work with it. Try to learn from it. I learned that yes, I would love to ink at 600 DPI, but my machine cannot handle the brush size that I want for my style of inking. So we're gonna stick to 300. That's all there is to it. That's very true, Draw Louie. So, what I always did to, I mean, if erasing was an option, then of course I would erase. But if, like you said, that I was just going too much, or if I was erasing too much, and just really needed to take a further step back, I would use a light box and trace back over, or use vellum or tracing paper. Just like the one you see behind me over here. Wait, nope, there. The big white desk right there. Has a big animation light underneath it. That's something I've seen a lot of tattoo artists do as well. You work in physical layers. Alright, let's see what we got here. Interesting look. That's true. Have you ever done the trick of taking a pastel, not pastel, but like a chalk or a new pastel, a Conte crayon, and coating the whole back of the paper with it, and then flipping that over on a new sheet of paper on a light box and drawing really hard on it to transfer the line? Yeah, he's definitely standing out a little bit more. Like I said, it's not exactly my favorite looking technique, but for this, I think it's going to work okay. Alright, so let's pop Bill back on. We'll just go with that. So this is sort of an interesting look at Bill for us. So one thing you can do, which is super helpful, which I should have set up to a hotkey, is flip horizontal. And it'll only do it on that layer, which doesn't work well at all. So let's do it on the rough layer. Edit, transform, flip horizontal. Now, let's zoom out a little bit. So it just flipped it from that side, which doesn't work too well. So let's try and get it back. Yep, that works. So it's just taking that thing and it's just flipping it in the middle of the layer. But what we're gonna do is flip horizontal. And boy, do the drawing problems come out here. Frank is holding up pretty well, actually flipped. So I think we got pretty lucky there. You can check this side. He's not too bad flipped. But Bill, woof. So I'm gonna add a layer on top. And let's go get this 2B pencil. Alright, so what I've done is I've just flipped it, and you can kind of see that it's just not... It sort of starts to mess with your brain a little bit. Like, some of it's working. I think the helmet is... This part of the helmet is working pretty well. But you can see now how much bigger this horn is than this one, and that should not be the case. Like, this should be the dominant horn. Right? Because it's closer to us. Some of that hair I like. But yeah, you can see the necklace. I don't like the way that necklace was turned either. So see, you're not changing, you know, by flipping, you're not totally changing your drawing here, but it just gives you that different perspective, you know? And it makes a huge difference. Just in the shape of the nose. I'm still okay with this mouth shape, this kind of derpy mouth shape, but you can see the eyes, like the way the eyelids were doing, not cool. And I'm still not happy with the eye. I feel like I should do, I feel like he should be a little sillier, like having one eye here and then okay. So now what I'm going to do is leave this sort of low-ish, and I'm going to go ahead, merge down, then I'm going to edit, transform, flip horizontal. And then we can move it back in place. Now normally you would do this at a better stage than what I just did, so that it doesn't become an issue with lining up to your other characters, but I don't think we're missing that much. Okay. So I feel like we did a decent job cleaning that up, and I think it works. I'll fix that roundness right there, of course, but let's get our brush. Inkbox Pro Comic Inker 1 is go. Alright. Now let's get back in this. So see, if you guys haven't seen before, flip horizontal. You know, while I'm taking a little break right quick here, let me check YouTube, make sure I'm not missing any comments. Nope. Hi everybody. Okay. Back in it. The brushes I'm using are from Kyle T. Webster. So if you check out the way you load them is right here at your tool presets in Photoshop, and you'll see how it says Kyle in front of all of them. Kyle T. Webster, and he sells a mega pack. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. He has a great. I mean, look at all this. This is his painting, drawing, concept art brush pack, everything. I love it. My favorite one for inking is this Pro Comics 1. I mean, although I'm not opposed to branching out from it, I just love the look that it gives, and the fact that it uses dissolve. Yeah, I have absolutely no problem plugging Kyle's brushes because they are awesome. Love them. I also use Friendon's brushes as well. Oh, I love Kyle Webster's brushes. They're great. Yeah, I mean, if you look, I'm looking at the pullback image right now, and just the panel, this panel, as far as build, the inks to me just look more successful. This is actually exciting because this is going to go up on YouTube as well, and I feel like there's a lot more to learn in this video than there is in some of the other ones that I've done, where I just do my thing and keep going. Hopefully people will watch it and enjoy and learn something. If they didn't already know. Most people are probably like, psh, I already knew that. This guy trying to tell me. sensitivity to my pen. I have, let's take a look. I think it's just default. Yeah, it's totally default. And then I don't have any custom pressure curves or anything. Draw Louie, if you haven't hung out in the channel before, I do have some custom stuff on my pen though that I've talked about a little bit, but I can I'll go over it and show you what's up. Let me pull this back a little bit. Oh, looks so disjointed this week. So, my pen. So here's the pen I use. Let's see how close I can get to the camera. It's got this aftermarket grip on it that they sell on Amazon. Oh, cool. Well, welcome to Twitch. So here's what I used to do. Here's my original pen for this Cintiq. Whoop, there it is. So as you can see, it's pretty thick, and what that is like a hot water heater pipe insulation from Lowe's or Home Depot, and it makes a really nice squishy grip. And I just wrap it with duct tape, and I still like to use this one sometimes because it's just super comfy to ink with. And the nib, I don't think I can get close enough to see. Let me try to get it over my head. Or wait, here, I'll move this way. Yeah, maybe you can see that. I don't know. The nib is actually weed eater cord. So instead of the standard Wacom or Wacom nib, I use weed eater cord. Let me talk about this. So this is the Ergo grip for the pen. It doesn't fit this model pen. It's meant for the black pen, like this one for my other tablet. But I just take a rubber band and put it on the back so that it doesn't slide, and it just stays together right there. Oh yeah, it totally works. I do disable the buttons though. So on this pen, totally disable the buttons because I can't hit them anyway. But yeah, the weed eater cord works. It'll slip out on you sometimes. But I mean, if you lose one of these, dude, you can go get, or dudette, you can go get an entire roll of this for like $5. Whereas one replacement nib from Wacom or a pack will cost you way more than that. And also, this weed eater cord is made of nylon, and it's the blue color. It comes in different color codes. Get the blue color. And it works great on tablets too, not just the Cintiq. But it's made of nylon, and so it slides on the surface super easy. It's great, absolutely great. And that's really, that's really all I've got, like, custom pen wise. Man, and Intuos 4 is great. That's an awesome tablet. Nothing to be ashamed of with the Intuos 4, man. let's do that. And then we're going to do edit, stroke on the outside. Let's try 5 pixels. Really? Did it do anything? Yeah, absolutely. The weed eater cord thing is super cool. Just because it makes replacing your nibs so cheap. And I actually do prefer the feel of it. Yeah, I selected the inside on purpose, but here we go. Boom. Yeah, it's totally comfy. Totally comfy. Alright, let's lay some text in here. If I don't hit the mic first. Whoa. Easy text. Okay, let's do this first. Whoa, a little much. A little much, guys. I'm gonna cover up just that S right there. Oh, you know what I didn't do? That I should have done here? I should have gone around that speech balloon too. Let's do that. Let's do it. The other brush that he has, the other inking brush, is Belgian Comics 1, which is I love it, absolutely love it. Yeah, so I grabbed the big squishy one for you, Draw Louie. This Belgian Comics brush may be a little too bold. Too bold. I see something I don't like anyway. This has been a rough strip tonight, guys. But the show must go on. Yeah, yeah. All right. Bill. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and let's just do this. Oh no. So with this one, I want it just bigger than the balloon. That stroke is a little too strong for sure. I'll let it join up. That's fine. All right. Now I need to go check and see what that last line was. I wrote it earlier. For all of my art experimentation tonight, I think this has been a great night. I'm glad you guys have been hanging out with me. I don't know if I like the joke I wrote for that line. Well, in the meantime, let's get back to the ink box here for a second. What? There's a pin here called ketchup. Yeah, this will go anytime I stream it. It uploads to YouTube immediately after. So until I get all the copyright notices for music, and then I have to go and take them all out. But it's okay. What? Ketchup? Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. Just trying out. I thought this would be a good spot for or a good place for a spot black. Just a ground build to this tree, just a little bit. And I think I'm gonna get it. Alright, let's switch over to and not that. Yeah, guys, if you ever want to check out any of the streams that once they get uploaded, just head over to KevDraws on YouTube. You should be able to find the link down below here on Twitch. Alright, so what I'm going to do is do some flats here. I'm going to set my ink layer to multiply. Save real quick. Let me stick this back in. Okay. Sounds like we stumbled into some Christmas music all of a sudden. Let me see. See if I can fix that. Oh yeah, dude, we totally... I think we've come around the horn. Okay, there we go. All right. So I'm going to go into my flats and I'm going to color right quick and just kind of drop. How is that possible? Oh, I see. Okay, that should do it. That'll get it. Wrong layer. So I am lucky enough to have inherited a wonderful colorist when I took over Legend of Bill, and he is named Don Kuhn, and he does an amazing job. And so all I have to do is sort of drop in the flats for him, and then he comes back behind me and actually does the live colors, the full colors. And I'm super lucky to have him helping me. He started out originally as a huge Legend of Bill fan, and has grown from there. So Don, if you're watching, thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you do. Hey, Draw Louie, thank you very much for hanging out. This video will be up on YouTube tonight after I get done here, and feel free to check it out and come back next time. Follow me on Twitch, check out all the links down below, check out my Patreon, check out my YouTube channel, and follow, like, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again. It was a pleasure talking with you. There we go. So we needed to think of something cool. Let's see. It would help if I picked the right gradient. Don't you think? Yeah, that'll be okay. That's not what we wanted. There we go. I want this to be sort of reflective of Works' color scheme. And see what we get here. Again, I want to make sure that this is ugh. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Save that. So So I'm going to come down here and grab all of that and do color layer action. That sets my transparency for me, so then I can come in with the gradient, grab that guy, go there, let's do a multiply from the bottom. There we go. That way when we come back into a screen, sort of push it backwards a little bit. Let's go ahead while we're here and grab Bill. I want to do a red. I really want to do a red to transparent. Set Bill to multiply. Let's hide that selection. There we go. All right, so grab that. Screen. Lighten Frank up a little bit. Lighten up, Frank. Let's just hide that. We're already on multiply. Just a slight angle to it so it picks up a little more of those guys. Okay, last thing I'm going to do is go back to the wand, grab our tree. Oh, and ground, sure. We'll run the color layer on it again. That'll give us our transparency. Gradient, pick up that, do the multiply. Yeah, unfortunately that's gonna... There we go. Maybe too much. Yeah, let's do that. Do the same trick on this side. That's a lot of, we got a lot of color going on in this one. All right, I'm gonna save this. And as much as it was a rough strip, I think it was definitely a learning experience for everybody involved, and I'm glad everybody hung out and had fun. Let me check YouTube one more time, make sure I didn't miss anybody. If I did miss anybody in the chat on YouTube, super sorry. Looks like I didn't though, so that's good. So thanks everybody that hung out and talked and everything, and I'm gonna post this strip. So go look for it on Facebook and Go Comics, and check out all the links down below. Go subscribe, follow, bug me on YouTube, on Twitch. Go to my Patreon, help me out, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.